Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Aijis Dorobe, and today I want to give a gist about my school struggles, how I was able to, scale through. Initially, I got admission to university, studying nursing, and everything was going on smoothly, um, until all of a sudden I had that my school was not accredited. Like we couldn't study nursing in my school. Like nursing was not accredited in my school, and hmm, it was a whole struggle. Like I was devastated. Actually, we were on. I think a clinical posting. Yes, we were in clinical posting when I heard about it, and everything just changed from that. Like from that moment, like everything changed. I started thinking about the next step. A lot of my mates had to change schools, and so I was like, okay, what can I do? I went back to school, and when I confirmed it from the school, what I did was to look for other schools that are willing to accept students. I had a lot of options, and let me put it out there that I did school in Nigeria. I had a lot of options. I could come back home and write jam and start all over. I had that option, and at the same time, I could change schools and the country I was over there. So as devastated as I was and trying to, it's not easy. I was already in 300 level. No, I was going to um enter 300 level. Like after the clinical posting, I would be going into 300 level. So how would, after spending like so much money, now I'll have to start all over again? And I'm not schooling in Nigeria, guys. I am not schooling in Nigeria. So the money my parents had spent on me at that time, like so when I realized that, I'm like, okay, going back to Nigeria to start all over again is just going to be, well, it's not as if I didn't try before leaving the country. It was when I couldn't get it, I had to leave. So coming back is going to be like another whole like stress on its own. So I was able to get a school that would accept me. So I did my transcript. I got my transcript from the school, and then we went to this new school. And the school I went to, everything was going on well. Everything was fine. At least I had the assurance that when I finish, I would come back to Nigeria. And if you don't know, if you do not school in Nigeria, when you get back, for you to get your nursing license, you have to go for a program, an adaptation program. So I knew everything would be easy when I finish from here and all of that. My life. If I had known, I don't know if I would say I've gone or I don't know. I really can't say. But I shall went to school, everything was looking fine. And when I was like coming back, my final year when I finished from school, I was coming back. I had a very crazy and terrible experience that up to now, I still it still affects me. Like I had PTSD, and it still affects me. Let me just stop there. It still affects me. That's another story for another day. The experience was crazy and mad. My friends, they know this, and then, but seriously, the experience that day, I can never, ever in my life forget that experience. So I came back, and I'm grateful for God and mercy, because getting job without your Nigerian license, even if you were you have your degree in nursing, if you don't have your Nigeria license, you are like equal to auxiliary nursing because they wouldn't pay you as expected. In fact, someone that has just what's it called? RN, only RN would be earning way more than you. Like they are not willing to pay you. They will just compare like you and auxiliary are in the same shoe. Let me just put it that way. In fact, the auxiliaries have higher hands than you because they believe they know more than you. She understand. So I was trying to secure a job and the pay they were telling me were just like I cannot spend all of this money in school and then come out. And then you want to pay me this? What? How would you be offering to pay a graduate? Like the prices, the salary was just ridiculous. Like I can't even mention them. So got to an extent after searching and searching, um, I was able to finally get a job thanks to one of my big brothers. He helped me out and then I was able to get a job. That was in 2018. I finished in 2018. So 4 months after I finished, I was able to get a job. So I stayed at home for 4 months. For 4 good months. And while I was staying at home, I was trying to, I mentioned earlier that um I wanted to there's this program we're going to go for before you get your license. You have to go for the program. It's called adaptation program. While I was waiting, at the same time, I was trying to apply for this program. But guys, Nigeria, I don't know why we like stressing ourselves in this country. Like, I sincerely don't know why we like stressing ourselves. I am a Nigerian for crying out loud. I was trying and trying. It was not easy. They would tell me, your school has to do this. It was so stressful. Aside from the fact that it was stressful, they were just giving me, jargons like this one will say this one, that one will say that one. I'm like, God have mercy. So in the meantime, while I was trying to still apply for that, I was working and I'm grateful to the organization for, allowing me to, show myself and then they believed in me and then they took me in and I was able to grow with them. So from 2018 till I think 2020, that's 2 years, right? 2018, 2019, 2020 years, I was not able to get any. Like I was not able to apply. Well, I was working. There was no pressure, like no pressure at all from any angle. My parents were not pressuring me. Like they'll be like, "What's up?" Whenever I tell them, "Okay, let's try this." Although there were some, I was so desperate. Like I was very very desperate. It's not good to be desperate. I was very very desperate, but there was no funds, so I couldn't like go. Funds was one of the things that also delayed me. I couldn't go, and then there were back yards or what would I call it? Trying to cut corners here and there, but it wasn't working for me. I don't know. It wasn't working. I just wanted to, do it in a legit way. Like I just wanted a legit thing. I don't want, cut corners to get what I wanted. But at the same time I was like desperate. Like I said, there was no pressure from my place of work. They would always like encourage me what's going on, why getting this, and I would explain to them. And thank God they were understanding. Like they were understanding, and they would always like time to time they would always ask me what's up, alpha. She understand. So there was no pressure. Like it's not as if they would tell me, if you don't get this, we're going to send you off. No, that wasn't happening. And my parents, like I said, they were like, um, they were also encouraging me. But the pressure was from me. Like I was giving myself unnecessary pressure. I was desperate. I felt so inferior. I was like I felt like I was nothing. Like without that license, I felt like I was useless. And come to think of it, I think I was wrong all this while because it's actually not the license that makes me a registered nurse. Although it's just like the license is just like um I don't know how to put it, just like it is official, right? That's what the license is for. It's just when you get the license, it just makes it official and then legal for you to practice as a nurse. But then every other thing is in your head. Every other thing you have to do, the nursing care, everything is in your head. So I don't know why I was giving myself unnecessary pressure then. Guys, I really, really give myself unnecessary pressure. There was a night I can remember. There was a night that I don't know what I would have done to myself. I was crying the days that I would just be crying that God, why is this happening to me? Why would I go to school for these years and then come back and just for me to apply for this? Is an issue. Like why? I was really, really struggling with myself. I was giving myself pressure. There was a time I was depressed. Let me not lie to you. I was depressed. But funny thing is this, my mom was my dad, he's a father and then he would like act like he's not bothered about it. And but my mother, she can't hide her feelings. She would always talk to me about it. We would always talk about it together, and I would still be the same person that would be calming her down. Be like, "Ah, mom, just calm down. When it is time, and God is going to do it the perfect time. That we won't have to, source for anything. That everything is just going to work out fine." I always tell her that. Although deep down within me, I knew that God's time is the best, right? And I knew that it was going to be very easy for me. Like when it is God's time, everything will be easy. There were some times that I would get links to go registering for the program, but the person that would help me would call ridiculous amounts that I can't even, pay, and my parents can't even. And there's always a time frame for that as well. So there was no way I could make it. So I just had to just let go. So I would always tell my mom that she should not worry, she shouldn't bother, that everything will be fine. At God's time, everything will be easy and all. I don't know where I used to get that confidence from, but I was always assuring my mom. Even behind the scene at the back, I was always crying and then So finally I think in 2020, right? I think it was in 2020. Yes, COVID period. That was when a friend of mine, shout out to you, Nosuke Messi, thank you, God bless you. She was able to do hers and then she spoke with me, told me about it, and I registered. Guys, I finally registered. I was so happy. I can remember when she told me about it, she told me the price and all of that. I'm like, okay, at least this one is like way affordable to the other ones I've seen. And then it is legit because she has done her own, or she was doing her own as at the time, as at the time that she messaged me, right? So 2020 I couldn't go, I think because of COVID. I couldn't go, so I still continued with work. And when it was 2021, yes, 2021 January, I went, and the experience there is another thing. Like it's another thing entirely. It's a story for another day. So I went there. I met with friends. I was able to go with one of my very sweet and darling friends. Shout out Eunice. And then I got there. I met a lot of people. I met a lot of special people. Sister Kemi, Sister Dami, Sister Blessing, Dovi. I met a lot of special people, and they were able to, started from the beginning and then kickstart our memory or jumpstart our memory, whatever one it is. And we started reading, and to God be the glory, we wrote the exams in May, and another story began.